the running backs, number 29, Sam Park.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Trojan Football 1989. Tonight, the Trojans in a game just a little bit delayed here due to the fact that the lights didn't work here at the UDA Stadium. Just momentarily a delay anyway, and Mr. Gallagher has seen that the lights are back on here, so we're about ready to go. The Trojans tonight will host the Halifax Wildcats. Co-captains out there for the Trojans tonight are Eugene Rickert and Rich Shadle. The Trojans tonight will show us a new offense, we're told. A new offensive backfield alignment for the Trojans as they attempt to get a little bit more offense into their football games. We have not scored a lot of points in the first 4 ball games, getting shut out in one game, 6 points in another, and we shared 2 games where we had 12 points total. No extra points so far this year for the Trojans, so perhaps the new alignment will help us in that department also. And the Trojans will test their new backfield tonight against a pretty formidable opponent here in the Halifax Wildcats. Halifax coming off a pair of games where they defeated Williams Valley by just a couple of points, the extra points being the difference in the game at Williams Valley the other week. I think it was something like 20-18, something like that. And then last week, they came off of a rain-spattered ball game down at Halifax when they tied the Millersburg Indians by a score of 6-6. Again, the extra points being a big factor in that ball game. Neither team scoring the extra point. Trojans, in the meantime, got nipped last week by way of the extra point thing up at Juniata when they lost to the Juniata Indians by a score of 14-12. Both teams scoring touchdowns equally, but Upper Dauphin unable to get the extra points, and so the Trojans tonight come into the ball game with a record of 1 win, 2 losses, and a tie. Wildcats, on the other hand, have at least 2 victories and a tie. In fact, I think they could have almost similar records. Halifax may have won 2 ball games. I know, well, they did. They defeated Pine Grove and they defeated Williams Valley. They do have a loss in there and a tie, so they would be 2-1-1. So the Trojans can even up on them. Very strange league so far, as none of the teams seem to have a great deal of superiority over anyone else. So that always makes for a good football game. So tonight we're looking for the Trojans to get back on the winning track against these Halifax Wildcats. The Wildcats have won the toss and elected to receive, and will be setting up the new alignment in the backfield when the Trojans go on offense. We'll see how they set it up. In the meantime, we're getting ready for the opening kickoff. Gene Rickert placing the ball down at the 40-yard line of the Trojans, preparing for the opening kickoff. We're delayed probably about 45 minutes or so, I guess, in the start of tonight's ball game. Beautiful evening. Light breeze blowing, should not affect any of the teams, and the field looks as though it's in excellent condition. So here's the opening kickoff versus Halifax. Line drive kick, going to go over on the far side, roll around over there. It's going to be down at about the 23-yard line by Halifax, and that was number 32. Downing the ball for Halifax, and it'll be 1st and 10 now for Halifax on the Halifax 23. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. See if we can spot some of these defensive players for the Trojans as we go along. Halifax sets him up at the 23. He still has it, keeping it, trying to go over the right side. He's got a lot of running room. Look out, all the way out here to the 37-yard line. Tackle made out there by Jeff Lentz, who came up and made the stop, but not after a big gain that time on the very first play. Halifax quarterback keeping it and running it out to the Halifax 37. First and 10, Halifax on the 37. Still has it. This time he'll pitch it back here. Going to sweep the right side. Gets away from a couple of guys, and down the side they go. Finally tripped up down there by a Trojan. Looks as though it was Lentz again. Made the initial trip on him, and then he was finished off by a couple more Trojans, but not until he gains another big first down. So if the Trojan offense has changed tonight. The Trojan defense, which had played pretty strongly here, looks a little limp right at the moment. 2 big gainers for Halifax to begin the ball game. It's 1st and 10 now from the Trojan 46-yard line. Quarterback hands it off to number 34. He goes up the middle. He's stopped in there by a host of Trojans. Mace in there, along with
for about a 1-yard gain.
Ayers. Fight on the carry that time for Halifax, and the best defensive move of the evening now for the Trojans that time as they stop him after a gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. The ball at the 43-yard line. 2nd and 8. We have an official timeout here for a equipment problem, I think, to one of the Halifax ball players. Yeah, I think they got it fixed up here now, so we're ready to go. Flanker out on the far side for the Halifax Wildcats. Otherwise, 2 backs set in the backfield for the Wildcats. Quarterback has it, it's going to keep it, turns over the left side, gets a couple of yards down to the 40-yard line, might have picked up 2 or 3 on the forward progress. They're going to mark it at the UDA 41. So he picked up about 2.
2-yard, 3-yard gain.
So it'll be 2nd down and 5. Ball now at the Trojan 41. So the Trojan defense getting a little tougher in there now.
3rd and about
Tom Paul alongside of the other big lad up front there, Brian Mace, for UDA in front of that line. Big 3rd down and about 6, actually. In motion, coming over this way. Handoff up the middle he goes. Gets about 2 down to the 37-yard line, 36-yard line. It'll be short of a 1st down by about a yard, so it'll bring up a 4th and 1.
Be about 4th and a yard.
Ball right at the 36-yard line. Timeout called now temporarily as we have another equipment problem over here, I think. Or no, Halifax is going to call timeout here early in the football game. So, a minute and 51 seconds, whatever. Or 2 minutes, 51 seconds, and we have a timeout here in the first period. No score, Halifax on the UDA 36-yard line.
On Friday, October 13th,
and we'll be right back.
There'll be a snake dance and bonfire. Everybody welcome.
Okay, the Halifax timeout is over, and we've got a 4th and 1 play coming up here now. So, a big play for both squads. And we'll see what the Trojan defense can come up with and see what Halifax offense comes up with here. 4th and 1 from the 36. Handoff to number 34, and he's got the 1 plus a bunch more as he drives down to the 27-yard line.
The 1st down.
Fight picks up the 1st down for the Wildcats as they drag it down to the 27-yard line or 28-yard line, something like that. It looks like about the 27. So we'll call it 1st and 10 from the UDA 27-yard line. Trojan defense now has got to put a stop to this right here. Handoff coming around the right side, get a couple of yards inside the 25 to the 23. About 3 or 4 on the play. Looks like about 4. Enders carries it for the Wildcats. Picked up 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Ball actually at the 23-yard line. Quarterback still has it. Now he throws the ball loose. It's a fumble over there, and let's see who's got it. Looks like Halifax has recovered the ball.
Fumble on the play.
Terrible pitch that time by the quarterback for Halifax, and one of his teammates out there, number 29, alertly jumped on it for the Wildcats, but kind of a play that the Trojans needed there. Loss of about 4 on the play, or 3 on the play. Bring up a 3rd and 9. Ball now back at the UDA 26-yard line. Would have been nice had one of the Trojans been able to pounce on that one, but at any rate, it'll bring up a 3rd and 9. Now here's where the Trojans need to dig in. Motion goes 29. And the quarterback still has it. Pitches it back here now and trying to turn the right side here, and a good hit put on him out there by number 85, and that's that Klinger. Troy Klinger, I think, come up, made a good pop on him. And it would be a gain of about 4 or so. It'll be 4th down and 4. The ball now at the Trojan 22-yard line, so big play coming up for both squads. Now again here as the ball is at the Trojan 22, and it's 4th down and 4. So UDA has got to really tighten up here now. 29 in motion, handoff to 34. He's got the yardage again. They just can't stop him. They stop him for 3. It's a 1st down as Fight carries down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 on the 15. I'm not sure what the heck's happening in here with that Trojan defense, but at any rate, they look like they're going to hold, and all of a sudden, boom, the Wildcats blast one up the middle here by that number 34 Fight. 1st and 10 from the 15. Hand off to 34 Fight again. Going to try to turn the left side. This time he's wrestled down nicely by Kerry Wiest and 85 Klinger. Good job that time by those two lads. Making a good stop on Fight. Loss of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
2nd and about 12.
Troy Klinger coming up there along with Kerry Wiest and making a big stop for the Trojans that time. Okay, here we go on a 2nd and 12 from the 17. Quarterback looking like he's going to pass. Dumps one over this way, incomplete. Ball intended out here for number 48.
3rd down, 12 yards to go.
Or is it number 84? No, 48. Okay. Goes as an incompletion. At any rate, bring up a 3rd and 12 from the 17-yard line. So now, by golly, the Trojans should be able to hold them here, I hope. Of course, Halifax will get 2 more shots at it. Send 48 out as a flanker on the left side. QB sets him up from the 17 on a 3rd and 12. Still got it, rolling, looking, down over in the far corner, overthrown, out of bounds, intended for 48 again, defending back there, number 86, Bellis. But that'll bring up a 4th and 12 now. The Trojans, with a good effort here, will get the ball back deep in their own territory with 5 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in a scoreless first period.
4th down.
Now we'll see what the Wildcats come up with here. They played a tough ball game, as I mentioned, against Millersburg here a week ago. And this should be a really neat ball game tonight. Looking to pass, looking deep, firing one down here. It is complete. And he's tackled and knocked out of bounds. That at the 7-yard line. That will be awfully close to a 1st down. Stop made down there by a couple of Trojans. Last man getting up a little slow is Rickert. It looked like Rickert, Lentz, and perhaps Shadle coming over there to make the stop, and it is short of the 1st down by about 1 yard. So the Trojans, even though the pass was completed, they have held, bounced him out of bounds at the 7-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for UDA on their own 7-yard line. Now we'll look at this new lineup in here. We see Kerry Wiest is in there. I think Kerry Wiest will be the fullback, the way I was told anyway. Not officially, we'll have to see. Jeff Lentz will be the quarterback for UDA, and UDA is going to call timeout as the new lineman here needs a little bit of time to get it settled. I think Jeff Lentz will be a quarterback. It looks like the slot back will be Gene Rickert. The running back or tailback will be Todd Ayers, and the fullback would be Kerry Wiest. Quarterback will be Jeff Lentz, junior quarterback on the ball club. So we'll be right back after the Trojan timeout and see if we can get this offense going. We have 5:30 remaining here in the first quarter, and the Trojans beginning their 93-yard march here in just 1 second. Okay, the timeout is over. And indeed, that's the alignment here now, so let's see what happens. Lentz pitches it back over here for Ayers. Todd Ayers with a good run up along the side here. Todd all the way out here to the 30-yard line, and a flag goes down, or is it a marker? I'm not sure. Let's see. No, it's a marker, just marking where he went out of bounds. Ayers on a fine burst for about 20 yards or so, out to the 26-yard line. 19-yard gain on the first play from scrimmage. Good run that time by Todd Ayers. Okay. Rickard is indeed going to set up in the slot. Here's a handoff. It's got Rickard with it. Gene going to turn the right side. Gene with a lot of running room out there. Bursts ahead to the 40-yard line. Nice run that time. Picked up 14 more. Hey, I like it so far. Bursts of 14 and a burst of 19 in 2 tries. Okay, a lot of power in that backfield now. There's no question about it. Some good power running and some good blocking that time too. So, hey, the Trojan offense here, perhaps getting it together. Looks like Bellis is going to be the split end this time on this play. And I think, let's see, who is that over there? Might be Troy Klinger, may be the tight end on the far side. I'm not really sure. Couldn't catch his number there. At any rate, Lentz sets him up. Pitch over on his side. Here's Ayers with it. Flag is thrown. And Todd turns the corner here, still on his feet. Now this one here may be coming back because the flag is thrown in an area where generally holding occurs. Ayers got it down to the 47-yard line of Halifax, but clip is going to be called against the Trojans, so that's going to nullify another good run, but the clip did occur early and probably will be noticeable here on the tube. At any rate, it's going to march the Trojans back to the, well, from the 40-yard line as we watch the official here talking it over with the defensive captain of Halifax. They will, of course, take the penalty, and it'll be a biggie. 15-yard jobber, which will move it back to the Trojan 26-yard line, where it will be first down and 25.
Yards, clipping. Alberto.
First and 25 from the 26 for UDA. Chip Wetzel, the flanker on the near side of the field on this play now. And it is number 85 over there, I believe, is the tight end on the far side of the field. Here's Lentz looking to pass for the first time, getting a good rush. Now he scrambles away. He's got some running room up the middle. Jeff Lentz at the 40, at the 45, midfield at the 45, and down to the 35-yard line. Jeff Lentz with a big run down into Wildcat territory at the Wildcat 35-yard line. Boy, did he bust that one. Lentz, big, tall, lanky lad out there, able to see that everything was covered, and boy, did he ever pick up the slack that time as he spotted a good hole up the middle and turned it on all the way down to the Halifax 36 they spotted. Long run that time for Jeff, gets us into excellent field position at the Wildcat 36-yard line. Pitch over on the far side. That's Todd Ayers with it. Todd going to pick his way back this way. He's still on his feet. Nice drive down to the 29. Good job that time. Todd Ayers picking his way over that right side, and some people making some holes for him ahead as Todd just barreled his way through there and gets himself about 6 or 7. Make it 7. Second down and 3. Excellent run by Todd Ayers. Ball just shy of the 30-yard line now. Josh Minke, I think, is the center in there for UDA. Here's a handoff. This is Rickard with it, and no, it isn't. I'm sorry, this is Kerry Wiest, I believe. Yep, Kerry Wiest with it for the first down. Nice run that time by Kerry. Trojan crowd over here, very appreciative of this effort now by the Trojan offense as the ball is carried to the 24-yard line by Kerry Wiest. Again, Chip Wetzel will be the flanker on the far side of the field for the Trojans. Troy Klinger, the tight end on this side. Here's the pitch back here for Ayers. Going to try to turn the left side. He's got 5. He's got 10. Got more than that all the way down to the 2. Oh, down to the 2-yard line goes Todd Ayers. What a fine run that time again. Hey, I like it. All the way down to the 2-yard line. It's first and goal for the Trojans from the 2. You know, we sat back and watched the Trojan defense get pushed back pretty good. Everybody anticipating tonight what kind of an offense we're going to have. And, man, these boys are giving us quite a show here now so far. Picking them up and laying them down. First and goal from the 2. Lentz sets him up. Pitches it back over here. Todd Ayers, he is in for the touchdown on his feet. Good job, Todd. And boy, it's been a while since the Trojans have scored the first points of the ball game. Trojans lead 6-0. And we've got 3 minutes and 13 seconds remaining here in period number 1. Trojans up 6-0. Now the next question on everybody's mind is, did we develop an extra point play this week? We certainly added some offense to the ball game, and let's see now if we can get ourselves the elusive extra point. If we do, you will hear a nice cheer from the crowd. We have not scored an EP all year. Pitch over here to Ayers. Ayers going to turn it. He dives in for the extra point. All right, and a good hand from the crowd here now as the Trojans look like they're going to play some football. Okay. Good job that time. Boy, I'll tell you, everybody contributing. And what a fine effort that was. Wow. Okay. Not too excited? No, not really. Okay, we've got 3:13 remaining here in an 8-0 Trojan lead here in the first quarter. Be back with the Upper Dauphin kickoff in just a sec. Gene Rickard will tee it up again for the Trojans here now at their own 40-yard line. Tell you, we get that defense tightened up here and keep that offense oiled up, we're going to be all right. Ready to go. Here's the kick. High kick this time and deep. Taken at the 15. Fake on the handoff. Man over here still has it. At the 20-25. He's around the 30. Look out. All the way up the sideline. Still on his feet. Finally tackled over here by number 73. Of the Trojans, that's that Matt Raybuck. Wow, but he returns the kick very nicely all the way to the Trojan 44-yard line. Rich Enders with the return, finally grabbed up here by Matt Raybuck. Wow, that could have been a touchdown-saving tackle there, as Enders really had it in full gear. Wow. Okay, at any rate, now let's see if we can tighten it up here. Only one man set down in the Trojan defensive line this time as Halifax sets it up. Hands off to 34. He's got plenty of running room up the middle. Tackled down at the Trojan 33-yard line by Bellis and assisted out there by Rich Shadle. But a first down, I'll tell you. This game could end up, this looks like the old American Football League. Everybody making all kinds of yardage. Now the ball at the 33 of UDA. Handoff, 34's got it, drives across the 30 to the 29.
Light carry.
Stopped in there by Mace, helped out in there by Denny Lanker. And getting up last and certainly not least, Gene Rickard. Okay. Gain of about 3 on the play, down to the 29-yard line. It'll be second down and 7. Okay, here we go. On a 2nd and 7 play. Wildcats roll back. Now he's going to go up the middle. Spins away from a tackler or two and dives down to the 15. Not a matter so much now of necessarily getting big holes, but it's just a matter of Trojan defenders here just missing some good opportunities to make the stop and allowing the Halifax runners to drive through there. The ball now is going to be spotted at the 16. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Halifax, again knocking on the door here at the Upper Dauphin 16-yard line. Be back after this official timeout here. They're repairing a Wildcat here. And we'll be right back.
Incidentally,
But it looks as though the Trojans here have basically the same defensive alignment in there. But I don't know what's happening here. Something going on here with the defense. So now we'll see what happens on this 1st and 10 from the UDA 17. Halifax was down here before and got stalled. So let's see what happens this time. Handoff to 34. Big opening, and boy, look out. He's going to go all the way. Oh, yeah. Big, fine opening that time. So right away, Halifax comes back, and boy, are they opening up something on that left side. Wow, I myself could have run through there in my heyday, probably with some assistance. At any rate, that came with 1:11 remaining in the first period. So both teams showing some good offense. Halifax calls timeout. They will try to tie up the ball game now, probably, with a extra point attempt. So that Trojan offense looking super, the Trojan defense looking like they're in a stupor right now. So we'll see. Get them going here now. Be right back. Here comes the Secretary of Defense in to talk to the boys. He wonders what happened. He said, surely we didn't practice all offense all week. At any rate, I'm sure Coach Clauser will give the boys whatever it takes to get them to tighten up here. Be right back. Hey, the timeout is over. And Halifax now determined to attempt to tie up the ball game. They're going to go for 2 points. Quarterback rolls back as though to pass, fires one into the end zone. It is incomplete. He's out of bounds. He may have caught the ball, but he went out of bounds with it. So that gives the Trojans a chance to show somebody what the extra point's for, as the Trojans take a 2-point lead now. 8-6 with 1:11 remaining here in the first quarter.
Hold everything, there's a flag down.
Whoop, wait a minute. Hold everything is right. Mr. Miller says there is a flag on the play. It's going to be holding against Upper Dauphin. So unfortunately, the Wildcats will get yet another chance to tie up the ball game. This time they'll be doing it from the 1.5-yard line. Oh, wait a minute. The guy set it on the 3. Oh, okay. 1.5 yards to go. Try this again. This would be a shame now if they make this after the darn hold, but anyway, let's see. Hand off to 34. Yeah, he made it. Okay, we're tied 8-8. Just made it. Tell you what, had it not been for the penalty and they ran the same play, he wouldn't have made it. But nevertheless, we'll change the score now and make it an 8-8 ball game. Both teams apparently recognizing the value of the extra point tonight, and both teams have been successful. So we'll be back now with the Halifax kickoff in just a moment. Looks like for the Trojans, they will send back Gene Rickard. He'll be on the near side deep to receive the kick. Todd Ayers will be on the far side. Sean Arts will be near side of the second people back here. And the man on the other side, I think, is... Well, I'm not sure. There he turned over this way here once. Let's see. Kerry Wiest. Yep, okay. Wiest, Arts, back there halfway deep, and then the deep guys are Rickard and Ayers. So we'll see what Halifax elects to do here with 1:11 remaining in the first period. All tied up. Here we go. Kick, high kick, going to be taken by Rickard. And Gene's still on his feet. Look out if he gets a block out here. There he's going to turn around the right side. Gene Rickard all the way down, going to be pushed out of bounds and held up on there at the 34-yard line of Halifax. Can you believe this offense tonight? My golly, I can't believe this. At any rate, there is a flag back here. Let's see. It's going to be a clip called against Upper Dauphin. So that one's going to come back some distance. At any rate, I guess. I think, let's see. Clip occurred out here at the 49-yard line, so they're going to march it all the way back to the 34, I would believe. Gosh, that nullifies one super run back by Gene Rickard. They're going to spot it at the 34, and the Trojans will have it 1st and 10 at that spot. A clip occurring on that run back. Gene had taken that ball back around the 12-yard line, took it all the way down to the 30 or 31-yard line of Halifax, but it does come back. Clip occurred out at the 48 or 49-yard line, so it comes back to the, actually you might call it the 35. So here we go. 1st and 10. Lentz back to pass, getting a big rush. Dumps one over the middle here. It is complete. Flag is going to be thrown. Oh, wait a minute. Might have been caught by an ineligible receiver. Looked as though pass could have been caught out there by one of the linemen. And if they call it incomplete, there'll be no problem. But I think the discussion is going to be whether the lineman actually had possession of the football. Now, this will create a discussion, because if it was a completed pass, then why wasn't there a fumble on the end of it? I don't believe anybody on either team thought the pass was complete. I think they're going to wave off this flag. Let's see. They are. They're going to have to, and they do. Okay, good call. I think it was almost called an ineligible receiver, but nevertheless, that was a good discussion, and turned out very well for the Trojans. Goes as an incompletion. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 35. That time, quarterback Jeff Lentz getting a real rush. Somebody was in his face by the time he had drifted back for that one. Here is Rickert. Rickert storms ahead to the 41-yard line. Nice gain of about 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Good gain that time by
Ball on the 40-yard
Gene Rickert. And Gene's going to check out of the ball game now, as it looks like he might have developed a slight limp. Brian Bellis comes out following Gene out also. And let's see now. In the running slot back position now is Undercuffler. Back to pass goes Lentz again. He's looking, fires one over the middle. It's complete to Undercuffler, and Jason's got it at the 48-yard line of Halifax. Nice run and a nice pass that time by Jeff Lentz, and a good grab by Jason. Jeff hit him right in the numbers, and Jason picking it off out there. Good job. It's a 1st down. Most unusual game. Darn delightful game, I'll tell you. Wow. Okay. This time the quarter will end on that play. Okay, so they'll only hardly have to move. They'll move the ball about 4 yards, and we'll be ready to go. Ball at the 48-yard line of Halifax.
On Saturday from 9.
So we've got a first period score of 8 at the end of 1.
Immediately.
Okay, the timeout is over. They spot the ball on the left hash marks, far side of the field hash marks, and that's where the Trojans will go to work now on a 1st and 10 as we begin the 2nd period of play here. All tied up at 8. Trojans at the Halifax 48. Lentz gives it off here to Todd Ayers. Todd's got a bunch as he gets over the 45 to the 42-yard line. A nice run, picked up about 6 or so. Good job that time again by Big Todd.
6 yards.
Nice gain all the way down to the 43-yard line, I guess we'll call it. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Ball's on the 43.
Again, Wetzel is the flanker on the near side of the field. I just have a feeling Lentz is going to go to him. Here's a pitch over this way. This is to Ayers. Now he's going to turn it around, try to go back the other side, and he gets away from a couple guys. Ring-necked out of bounds over there he goes, but 34 put the clasp on him over there, and Ayers, let's see, he gained, a couple on that play, which looked like it could have been a lot worse. Matter of fact, he gained about 3, so it'll be 3rd down and 1. Another good run by Todd that time as he saw everything closed up on the right side and decided to motor it himself along the left side and picked up 3. So it'll be 3rd down and 1. Need to get one here now. Let's see what they do with it. Handoff. There's Gene Rickert for 1 and a little bit more than that. Now he goes down to the 35-yard line. Good job for Gene in there. It's a 1st down for UDA. Ball now spotted at the 35-yard line of Halifax. We have played 1 minute into the 2nd quarter. 11 minutes to go. All tied up at 8. Both offenses in high gear tonight. Here's Lentz. He's got it. Gives it over here to Kerry Wiest, and Kerry gets a couple of tough yards down to the 32-yard line.
Rickard carry.
Or was it? No, wasn't Rickard. I think it was Wiest. But at any rate, it will be a gain of about 3. Second down and 7. They spot the ball actually at the 33-yard line. Bellis in there. Now the other tight end in here now is Timmy Ressler. Here goes Lentz rolling out here on the right. Fakes one pass, still on his feet. Goes down here and he's tackled hard at the 23-yard line. That's going to be enough for the first down. So Jeff again motoring around the right side here. Gets himself another first down.
Ball's on the 25.
Big threat out there with Jeff to either run or pass. Of course, same threat existed pretty much so with Richie Shadle. And the Trojans trying to give the offense a little bit of a boost now and mixing it up good with Jeff Lentz out here. Here's a near fumble. Jeff picks it back up. Okay, it's about 2, but boy, did that ball pop up in the air. Right out of the centering snap. Jeff kind of lost the handle on that one, sort of popped up in the air, and he got 2 out of it. Again, could have been a disaster, but you know, when things are going okay for you, that's the kind of stuff that kind of happens. You know, the ball will always take a UDA bounce. Gain of a long 2 on the play. It'll be second down and a short 8. Lentz still got it, tucks it in, looking over here on the right side, spins ahead here now and gets down to the 18-yard line. Gain of about 4 more or so on the play, and a timeout called now as somebody is down out there, and I'm not sure if that's Jeff himself. Could be. He was the runner that time. It looks like he's holding the back of his head.
Player down on the field.
He did get quite a jolt there as he took that last kind of a hurdle. And so Jeff might have got popped on the back of the neck. I think they may be looking for some assistance, and Jeff's dad now is going to go out on the field. Darn. Anyhow, we certainly hope Jeff is going to be okay, and we'll be right back and see if we can determine that in just a moment. We've got 9:14 remaining here in period 2, all tied up at 8-8. The Trojans will be looking at a third down and a long 2, maybe make it 3. Let's call it 3rd and 3, and the ball will be at the 18-yard line when we return. Well, Jeff's going to come off now with a little bit of assistance from Mr. Work and Doc Lentz. So that's a good sign. Rich Shadle will go back into the ball game now as quarterback. And hard to tell now exactly. Jeff might have got a pop in the back of the neck the way it looks. So hopefully he can recover now and get back into the ball game. We've got plenty of time remaining, 9:08 remaining in the second period. Here's Richie Shadle with it, and up the middle goes somebody. I kind of was watching Rich back here, and kid made a heck of a nice gain up the middle. That was number 22, Todd Ayers, with the first down. So Ayers drives the ball down now to the 13-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans from the Halifax 13. Ayers and Rickert in the backfield along with Kerry Wiest. Here's Richie Shadle with it. He's going to roll around the right side here. Rich still has it, still on his feet. Going to turn the right side, goes inside down to the 2. Nice run that time by Rich Shadle. Some good blocking out in front of Rich that time. And Shadle with a nice run all the way down to the 2-yard line. It's 1st and goal for the Trojans from the 2.
on about the 1 yard line.
Troy Klinger comes in there for UDA. They spot the ball right at the 2. It'll be first and goal from the 2. Rickert, Ayers, and Wiest. Any one of these three guys very capable of driving this one in here for the Trojans. Who's it going to be? It's Ayers. Todd, no, held up at the line of scrimmage. Might have even lost a yard as everything closed up pretty quickly that time. Todd hit the line of scrimmage and was unable to do much with it. Got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Play of 2 yards.
Looks like there's no gain on the play. The ball will be back to the 3. That's where it started. So no gain on that play. No loss either. Okay, let's see if we can't blow something open here, fellas. Second and goal from the 3. This time Shadle's got it, gives it to Ayers again. He dives down to the 1. But it's still going to be a third down and goal, this time from about the, well, let's make it the 2. Third and goal from the 2.
Third and a long 2.
All of a sudden, the Halifax defense has tightened it up here now. The crowd over here encouraging the fellows, let's go, they said. I think we will this time. Gonna try the left side. Richie Shadle's got it. He dives back inside. Touchdown. Touchdown. Rich did not go down, but there was a touchdown. Oh boy, Rich spun away from the last defender and just simply stood there and had himself 6. Good job, Rich. And that came with 7:03 remaining here in the first quarter, or the first half rather. 7 minutes and 3 seconds. Trojans up 14-8. And again, the Trojans will be after that extra point. Here we go. They send Bellis out wide on the right side. Wiest, Ayers, and Rickert in the backfield. Shadle with it. Going to keep it. Going to try to turn it up here. Does he get in? No, not quite. Rich got down to about the 1/2 yard line, whatever, and that was the end of that. But we still got a 14-8 lead now, as we'll have to give the ball back to Halifax. That's the only problem with this. With 7 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the first half. And both teams playing offense. Looking good. Be right back. Gene Rickert will now tee the ball up at the 40-yard line for UDA. And we'll see what we can do with it here on the kickoff. See if we can get them deep. Here we go. Kick is going to be taken out here at the 25 rather. He's up at the 30 and knocked down at the 33-yard line. Nice stop in there made by, well, let's see, a couple of guys, 63 and 62 out there for the Trojans. That's at Aaron King, 63. And Sport Lewis, I think, is number 62. Or Sport Lewis, Sport Bingaman. Yeah, Dennis Bingaman. Okay, first and 10 from the Halifax 32. Handoff is to number 34, and he's got all kinds of running room. Grab from behind, finally out there by number 86, Bellis.
Fight on the carry.
Fight with a lot of yardage all the way out to the 43-yard line. It's a first down, so I'll tell you.
Ball on the 44-yard line.
Strange game tonight. Some good, I guess you'd have to say some good offense on both teams, or some poor defense on both teams, whatever. At any rate, everybody likes to see a bunch of scoring, and so we've got that. First and 10 from the 43. Quarterback keeps it, runs up the middle. He's got some yardage. Nice tackle there on a low tackle made out there by number 22, Todd Ayers. Todd making the stop, but he picked up 6, so we've had a burst of about 11, now a burst of 6. Wow. Ball at the 49-yard line of Halifax. 5 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the first half. Trojans up by 6 now, 14-8. .34 has it, dances across the midfield stripe and is nailed there as he got down to the Trojan 49-yard line. Good stop in made in there that time by several Trojans.
Third and 2.
Bingaman again in there on a stop, I think, for UDA. And that was a gain of only 2 that time, so it'll be 3rd and 2. The ball at the Trojan now, at the Trojan 49-yard line. See if we can stop him here. Pitch over to the right side. 29's got it. Well, fumble in there. Let's see who's got it. Now, looks like Halifax has recovered the fumble. And it's going to bring up a 4th down, though, as the Trojans stopped them. Gain of only 1 on the play. So it'll be 4th and 1 now with 4 minutes and 46 seconds remaining. The clock is moving. Ball at the Trojan 48-yard line. Gene Rickard here looking for a defensive call from the coaching staff over here. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Here's a 4th down and 1 from the 48-yard line. Handoffs to 31. He's got the 1st down and plenty more. 34. Got plenty. Finally dragged down here by Richie Shadle, who had him by the arm, but he gets down to the 31-yard line of Upper Dauphin. So the marches, I say marches in plural, continue as the Halifax Wildcats on their march now have driven it down to the 31-yard line of UDA with 4 minutes and 9 seconds remaining and the clock moving. 14-8. Wow. What a ball game. This game is far from over at 14-8, believe me. Quarterback has it, hands off, and a nice trip made there by Todd Ayers that time. As Todd come up and got him. No gain on that play. His fight stopped for one of the few times this evening, and timeout's going to be called now. We have a equipment problem here with the Halifax Wildcat, but at any rate, no gain on the play as Todd Ayers scissored in there very nicely and tripped him up on a low shoestring tackle that time. Good job. And that brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 31-yard line of UDA. Ooh, there's a fumble, and Troy Klinger, one of the first guys to make the hit. Ayers coming up also to smother the QB, but at any rate, another miscue here by Halifax, so now maybe they're going to act like they're for real anyway. Loss of about a long yard or so. Ball out at the 33, actually, so we'll call a loss of nearly 2 on the play, and it will bring up a 3rd down and 12. 3rd and 12 from the 33, 32 in motion. Quarterback drifting back as though to pass. Now he's going to look around the right side. He's going to tuck it away and run it. And he's met out there very nicely by number 42, Rich Kerwin comes up and makes a stop. So sophomore Rich Kerwin coming up and making a stop for UDA. And that was after a gain of about 6. So it'll be 4th down and 6 now. Timeout's going to be called by Halifax with 2 minutes and 27 seconds remaining in the first half, and the Trojans up 14-8. Okay, just about ready to go here now. The Halifax timeout is over. 2 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in the first half, and Halifax facing a 4th and 6 from the UDA 27-yard line. So Trojans want to stop him. Very glad to see Jeff Lentz in there at his deep safety position again now. So Jeff apparently going to be okay. Here's a handoff to 30, and he gets nowhere as the Trojans come up and make one heck of a stop on him. That time, Big Mason, a couple of other guys out there making the stop, and Brian, he's all happy about that one. Yeah, okay.
First down.
Good job. And it's a 1st down for the Trojans as they hold the Halifax Wildcats this time. I think that's only the 2nd time tonight that the Trojans have stopped Halifax. They scored on their first possession. Of course, the Trojans have scored on both of theirs, as I recall here. So we have a 1st and 10. Jeff Lentz back in at quarterback. So that's good to see. Jeff is going to be okay. Handoff here to second man through is Ayers, and Todd still with it. Bursts ahead here now to the 39-yard, still on his feet at the 46. Oh, what a run by Todd Ayers. Hey, I'll tell you what. inspired football tonight being performed here by the Upper Dauphin Trojans. The real Upper Dauphin team has shown up here this evening, it would appear. Great job that time by Ayers on a big first down play. All the way out to the 46-yard line of UDA. We've got 1:39 remaining here. Lentz takes the pitch, gives it over to Ayers. Going to try to turn the left side, getting some heavy pursuit over there. Now this time Todd only able to get maybe a yard or so. We'll see. Timeout's going to be called by Upper Dauphin now.
Timeout, Upper Dauphin.
As the Trojans that time, no. Ayers only got back to the line of scrimmage. There was no gain on that one, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. And the ball out at the 47-yard line, it remains.
Here's the number, 546402.
Okay, Coach Hain leaves the field now after having given the fellas their plays here. We have a 2nd down and 10 from the UDA 47-yard line. Lentz sets him up. Jeff going to go up the middle with it, sneaks it ahead here for a couple out to the 49 maybe, and that's about all. Where it will be a gain of about 2. It'll be a 3rd down and 8.
3rd down.
Ball spotted right at the 49-yard line. And let's see. Timeout's going to be called again by UDA now as they stop the clock with just 1:05 remaining here in the first half. 1:05 remaining in quarter number 2. Trojans up by 6, 14-8. Okay, we're set to go now on a 3rd down and 8. Lentz dropping back to pass, drops straight back, fires one downfield, got a man there, it's going to be intercepted. Oh, the pass is intercepted. It was intended out here for Undercuffler. Maybe just a little slightly underthrown as Jason was there, but it's kind of hung up a little bit on Jeff and allowed the Halifax Wildcat defender to come up there and pick that ball off. So it's Halifax ball, 1st and 10 now, and the first turnover for either team this evening at the Halifax 30-yard line. Halifax will have 50 seconds. Clock is moving here now, about 45 seconds now remaining to work with here in the first half. They trail by 6, 14-8. 34 has it, scampers up the middle, got a nice tackle in there that time by Todd Ayers again. Fight gained about 3 out to the 33-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
2nd down, 6.
Quarterback keeps it this time. He goes up the middle here, and he's met by a whole bunch of Trojans out there. Scott Paul runs into Tom Paul, Brian Mace, and a whole bunch of other young fellas, and that's going to be the end of it. So the Trojans with a lead going into halftime now, as we've got 24 more minutes to play, and the Trojans hanging on to a 6-point lead here now, 14-8. Be back with the second half in just a moment. Nice crowd on hand here this evening, by the way. Good crowd. Not bad, considering it's Williams Valley's homecoming tonight.
The winner of the 50-50
and I think Millersburg might be playing this evening also. So, decent crowd on hand.
The Halifax Wildcat Marching Band is proud to present their 1989-1990 field show for your entertainment. The show consists of some great music by George Gershwin, starting off with Rhapsody in Blue. Other Gershwin compositions that will be performed.
Getting set to go here now in the second half of play. Jeff Lentz warming up here along the sidelines. Looks like he's getting ready. Justin Adams helping out here as the receiver for Jeff. And I think the fellas are really looking forward to this second half now as we lead 14-6, 14-8 rather, lead by 6. And the Trojans will get the football to begin the second half of play. So maybe they can continue on their offensive drives here this evening as we get set to begin the third period. Everybody really doing a job tonight on the offense. The defense, again, just a little bit porous, but as we can maintain this lead, ultimately that is all that counts. So we'll have the discussion, I guess it would almost be called a discussion at the center of the field. Cannot think of the term escapes me, what I wanted to say. Almost like a ritualistic meeting at the middle of the field, although that's probably not the term I'm trying to think of. At any rate, we'll be back with the second half kickoff as Rich Shadle and Gene Rickard, our co-captains for this evening's football game, prepare to meet out here at midfield. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, with Mr. Klinger not being here tonight, I really don't have any lineup for Halifax, so I'm not sure who these young lads are for the Halifax Wildcats, but nevertheless, I do know who most of the Trojans are now, and they are all performing well out here tonight. So we'll be back with the Halifax kickoff in just 1 second. UDA will receive, and they will be traveling from left to right or north to south here at the stadium. So it looks as though they're ready. Rich certainly looks ready, trying to get his teammates down here all wound up, getting set to go with the second half action. Wildcats, of course, very much into the ball game yet, so we should have an exciting second half of play. Trojans again will send back Gene Rickard along with Todd Ayers deep to receive the kick. This time we will have Kerry Weist as the short man here, along with Sean Arts. So the kick will presumably come to either Rickard, Ayers, Arts, or Weist. We'll know here in 1 second as Halifax has their teed up. And we're set to go with period number 3. Here's the kick. Nice kick, going to be coming over here and taken by Rickard at the 10, 15, and this time he only gets back to the 17-yard line. So not such real good field position that time. The Trojans will be deep at the, let's see where they spot it. Actually, they're going to spot it at about the 18-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for UDA on the 18, on their own 18. Jeff Lentz back in at quarterback for the Trojans to begin the second half of play, as we're waiting for a couple ball players to get on the field here now. Aaron King makes his appearance into the lineup, and we're ready to go. Again, it'll be Ayers, Rickard, and Weist in the backfield for UDA. Jeff Lentz, the quarterback, hands it off here to Rickard. Gene drives out here to the 24-yard line. Nice run that time by Rickard to begin things here in the second half. Picked up about 6 or 7. We'll see. Well, maybe 5. Okay, let's call it. Oh, they spotted to the 23. Okay, a gain of only 4. So it'll be 2nd down and 6. Second down and 6 for the Trojans from the 23. Lentz hands it off here to Ayers. Ayers out over the 25 to the 27. Gain of about 4 or so. It should bring up about a 3rd and 3.
On the carry for about
3rd and 2.
2 more yards. It's 3rd down and 2.
Ball at the 27-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 2.
Ball on the 26-yard line.
we go on a 3rd and 2. Handoff is to Ayers, and Todd barrels his way ahead for that 2 and then some, out over the 30 to the 31-yard line. Fine run again by Todd, giving it all that extra effort. He, along with his teammates, driving the ball ahead here now. Kerry Wiest in there to support Todd on that run, along with
Hands on the carry. First down.
number 68 there
Ball's on the 30.
for UDA, helping to drive that ball ahead. That's at Dan Stone Road. Okay, 1st and 10, Trojans. Handoff, here's Ayers up, Kerry Wiest up the middle to the 45, into the Halifax territory at the Halifax 46-yard line. Hey, Kerry Wiest on a quick hitter, and boy, Kerry, I know he's just so happy to be back there in that running back spot tonight again, and man, just burned one for about 12, 15 yards, something like that. Nice run that time by Kerry Wiest. Good hole again opened up there in that Trojan offensive line. These young men are doing a job out there tonight. 1st and 10. Handoff, second man. This is Ayers. Ayers drives down to the 43-yard line. Gain of about 3 or so. Timeout called. Wait, whoa, hold everything. Timeout as we have number 68 of Halifax. 68 of Halifax going to be asked to leave here for just a second. I think the referee might have thought he was shaken up on that play.
For a pickup of 4. 2nd down, 6.
At any rate, they sent him off, and Todd picked up 4. It'll be 2nd and 6, the ball at the 43-yard line. Justin Adams, the flanker on the near side of the field for UDA. Jeff Lentz has it, pitches it over to the left side to Ayers. Ayers moving ahead now across the 40 to the 38-yard line. It'll be short of the first down by 2 or 3 yards. But a nice gain on the play again. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot it at the 38-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and a long one. Justin Adams going to come off now for UDA. As speeding into the huddle goes Chip Wetzel. 3rd down and a long one. Got a man limping out here. Now looks like that might be that 73. Anyway, here's a handoff. Up the middle goes Kerry Wiest for the first down. Dives inside the 35-yard line to the 34. Wiest with a nice drive. Boy, I'll tell you, we wind back the clock here to about the last day of August, and this team's 4-0 playing like this. Absolutely. We're at the midway point in the season. Trojans looking for their 2nd victory tonight against Halifax. Okay, 1st and 10, the ball at the 35-yard line. Lentz dropping back on a roll right, looking, firing one down the field. It's incomplete. Off the fingertips here of number 24, Chip Wetzel.
Pass is incomplete.
Or is it 34? Yeah, it was 30, I'm sorry. Off the hand of Gene Rickert. Goes as an incompletion. Jeff will come over here and say, hey, what happened to that one? Okay, he did hit Rickert on the hands, but Gene unable to haul that one in. So it goes as an incompletion. It'll be a 2nd down and 10. Ball still on the Halifax 35-yard line.
2nd down. 10.
Matt Raybuck with a definite limp out there, trying to work off an injury, I guess. Here's Rickert with the ball. Spins away and still gets back to the line of scrimmage, and not much more. But boy, Gene there looked like he was stopped as he tried to go over the left side, but came spinning him back there, and a lot of times those are the ones you break, but Gene held up at the line of scrimmage, gained maybe 1. It'll be 3rd down and 9 as Bellis checks out of the ball game. Chip Wetzel bringing the play in from Coach Hain on the sidelines. And here we go. Big 3rd down and 9 play now if the Trojans can make this one. Jeff's going to roll left this time. Still got the football. And now we got some opposition over there as number 34 comes up. Scissors Jeff down out there after a gain of only a yard or so. So it's going to bring up a big 4th play that time as Jeff apparently found no one open. Looked like it was going to be a play action pass over there to the left side, and they're going to call timeout now as Jeff ran for about a yard or so on that play. Coach Hain going to come into the ball game now and see what he can figure out here on a 4th down and 8. The ball at the 32-yard line of Halifax. 7 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. And the Trojans up by 6, 14-8. UDA with the ball on the Halifax 32-yard line. It's 4th down and 8. Okay, here we go on a big 4th down and 8 play. Coach Hain leaves the field after giving the boys this one. This time we have Rickert as a flanker on the near side of the field. He's split out wide on the right. Back to pass goes Lentz. He's looking. He's firing one down there. He's got a man open. Oh, Jason Undercuffler's got it. And he goes down at the 10-yard line. Mark at the 11. Great job, Jason Undercuffler on a fine 3rd and 8. And Lentz hit him perfectly out there. All right.
10-yard line.
Good job. Okay, 1st and 10 on the E11 for Upper Dauphin. Hey, all right. Man, how sweet it is. Here we go. We need to get some points this time, though. 1st and 10 on the 11. Trojans can get a 1st down without getting a touchdown. Lentz hands it off here. Here goes Ayers battling his way, still on his feet. Gathers in about 14 Wildcats, I think, to put him down there. Down at around the 9-yard line. Or, pardon me, down, or how about around the 4-yard line? Let's make that. Gain of about 7 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 3. He's at the 4.
About the 4-yard line.
Super job, Todd Ayers. Boy, and you can just see the holes opening up for Todd. Now, he does pick his way through, but it's a little easier picking tonight for some reason or another, as Todd is getting some good blocking over there. And again, Matt Raybuck playing on a bad wheel the way it looks from here, but doing a super job. Handoff, Ayers up the middle, struggling. Now they're going to try to tear him in half as they roll him back here now. He got to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Not much on that play at all. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for a 1st down. 3rd down and 3. 3rd and 3 for a 1st down. 3rd and 4 for a touchdown. Trojans must not be denied here now. Let's get them in here. Again, Rickert, Wiest, and Ayers in the backfield. This is pitch back. Fumble. Somebody get that ball. It's Halifax. Oh my, the pitch was coming back here to, I think, Rickert.
Lentz's line.
And boy, it went off of somebody's hands, and Halifax has recovered the football down at the 2-yard line. So gosh, that did not help the Trojan cause here. We've got 5 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the 3rd period, and Halifax will take over on their own 2. So see if the defense can stop these guys now. Halifax would have to get themselves a 98-yard scoring drive together here if that's possible. We'll see. See if the Trojans can hold them here. Whoop, hold it. Flag down. And we could have motion penalty on Halifax.
Flag on the play.
Illegal procedure against Halifax. And so that will bring up a half the distance penalty, which will mark the ball back at the 1. So now Halifax has just made it a 99-yard goal for themselves if they hope to score. And for the Trojans, it gives the defense a little breather here. They didn't have to run that play, so defense will dig in here now. On the 1-yard line for Halifax. Here we go. Handoff to number 34. He stops at the line of scrimmage. Maybe falls ahead for a yard, not much more than that. Good defensive play in there by the Trojans as they stacked him up right away. 76 Tom Paul in there on a stop, along with Gene Rickert and a whole host of Trojans over there on that left side of that defensive line.
Gain of 2 yards.
Picked up about
2nd down 9.
a yard and a half or so. It'll be 2nd and 9. He did drive the ball out to the 4. Or let's make it to 3. 2nd and 9, big play here now. Trojans got to hold him. Here's the pitch over here on this side. Going to try to sweep this left side. He's met in there nicely. by a couple of Trojan defenders. Gene Rickard is one of them. We got a man down. I think that might be Rickard. At any rate, let's see. Gene getting up here a little bit groggy. Troy Klinger in there also on that stop. Tom Paul was over there. I'm not sure. I don't remember whether Tom was involved in a stop. But at any rate, he gained about three. It'll be 3rd down and 6 now. So here's where the Trojans need to hold them. Hold them right here. We'll get the ball back. Should get the ball back in some excellent field position. Dropping back into the end zone to make a pass. Get a rush! A fumble in the end zone. Can the Trojans get it? They do. Touchdown. All right. Great play, and I'm sorry to tell you, I'm not really sure who in the world made the defensive play. Was it Ayers? Somebody from over here on this right side went in there and got that quarterback before he was able to get the pass off and knocked it into the end zone. And we recovered the fumble for a touchdown. All right. Boy, the Trojans need a ball game like this. It is now 20-8 with 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Okay, what a good alert defensive play that time by those Trojans. I'll have to, let's see. Well, they called timeout. I think I'll wind the tape back and just find out who exactly did that. Let's wait a second. Let's take a look at that one. Extra point attempt by the Trojans. Rolling around this side is Jeff Lentz. And did he get in? No. He didn't get in, but on the replay that I looked at here, it was Troy Klinger who got in and got the ball knocked out of the hands of the Halifax quarterback. So Troy Klinger making the big defensive play that time that set up the Trojan touchdown. So Trojans unsuccessful with the extra point attempt, but they do get on the board again here now with just 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd period. Trojans up 20-8. This, of course, represents the highest score the Trojans have had this year, and we've still got a full period and 3 minutes remaining in the 3rd. So the Trojan ball club has certainly worked on some new offensive strategy this week, and moving some players around, mixing them up back there, have gotten themselves an offense for the first time in the 1989 football season. So the Trojans will kick off to Halifax now. Gene Rickards got her teed up, and here we go. Nice kick, going to be taken right at the 16. Comes a man on the reverse. He's missed by one tackler and then dragged down by a pair of Trojans back here. It looks like it's number 80 and 86, Bellis, and
runs it back to the 25. First down,
Tim Ressler making the stop out at the 25-yard line of Halifax. So 1st and 10. Now I do believe I see this Trojan defense getting much more aggressive in there. I think the defense has said, okay, fellas, it's our half now. Let's play some D here. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25. Handoff over on the far side. Number 30's got it rolling around the right side, and he goes all the way out here to the 44-yard line. So big gain on that play. That's a first down play all the way, as he picked up about 14 yards or so on the pitch to Enders, and it's a first down. So I'm telling you, strange defensive ball game for both squads. Sean Arch comes off from his defensive back spot back there for the Trojans. Quarterback still has it, gets some good blocking, turns it back up the middle, still on his feet as he bursts into Trojan territory at the Trojan 47-yard line. Some good blocking that time in the backfield occurred. I'm not sure exactly which Trojan it was that got stopped, but it looked like as he came back into the backfield to try to hit the quarterback, one of the Halifax defenders very alertly blocked him out of the way and allowed the QB to pick up some 9 yards on the play at the Trojan 47-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 1. Quarterback still has it, pitches it back to 32 on the far side. He's got the one and then some. Dives down here to the upper Dauphin 30-yard line. Wow, another good run by that Enders fella from Halifax, or maybe from Enders at any rate.
First down,
He
ball
picks up a first down
30-yard.
at the 30-yard line of UDA. In fact, it's inside the 30, just slightly there, as you can see. But at any rate, 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in period 3. Game still not over. It's 20-8. Flanker on the near side of the field for Halifax, who does not pass very much. Here's a handoff going up the middle again. Number 34 drives it down to the 25-yard line. Gain of about 4 anyway. Let's see where they spot it. Gonna spot it at the 26. So a gain of 4. It'll be second down and 6.
Second and 6.
Troy Klinger coming into the football game now for UDA. On a second down and 6 from the 26. Quarterback still has it. Now he rolls it back to number 32, and he's smothered back there. Loss of a yard on the play. It'll bring up a third down and 7, or maybe 8. Lost 2, actually.
Fumble.
Lost about 2. They're going to spot it back to the 28-yard line. Now it'll be third down and 8. So once again, now that time, of course, the Trojans got a break there on the fumbled, or the pass, the lateral that he dribbled back there. But at any rate, that ends the third period. So the Trojans getting ever so close here now, as we've got one more period to play. Trojans getting close to their second win of the season. And with just 12 minutes to play, Halifax will have the ball on a third down and 8. Ball at the UDA 28. So, we'll see what happens here now. And we'll be right back after the change of quarter here. Here's that third period score. UDA 20 and the Halifax Wildcats 8 with just 12 minutes left to play. Okay, here we go on a third and 8 from the UDA 28. Quarterback rolling over this way. It's got a man out there. It's going to be picked off by Kerry Waste. Kerry is at the 40, the 45, the 50, the 45, the 40. Going to be driven out of bounds. Wow, what a big play by Kerry Waste. There are no flags on the field. And Kerry goes out of bounds. There's a flag now, as we're going to have this called against Gene Rickard, I think. It's going to be against Upper Dauphin at any rate. And not sure what happened here, but there's going to be a 15-yard penalty tagged onto the back of Kerry Waste's fine interception and run back. It's just kind of baloney, but nevertheless, I'm afraid it's going to go against UDA. And Kerry had run the ball all the way down here to the 39-yard line. But I believe the UDA will be penalized for personal foul. They are. And that's going to take the ball all the way back here now.
Dead ball foul, Upper Dauphin.
Let's see what happened here. I'm not sure. But at any rate, well, let's see. Now they're going to discuss it over here. Maybe they'll make a penalty on both teams. Nope. Well, maybe they throw the flag on both of them, but they elect to penalize the Trojans, and so that'll bring the ball back to the 45-yard line.
45-yard line.
So it'll be first and 25 now, as the play stands to where Kerry had run the ball, and then the penalty is tacked on from that spot, so it makes it a first and 25. But Trojans, I think, are really up to almost anything tonight, so we'll see how they make out here. Now the ball on the 45-yard line of UDA, first and 10. Lentz hands it off. Up the middle goes Gene Rickard down to the 40 or to the 50-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. It'll be second down and 5. Second and 5 as Rickard drives it out for, or second and 5, I'm sorry. Second and 20. I was forgetting there. It was a first and 25. Second down and 20, picked up 5 on the play.
Second down, 20.
Rickard in the slot this time. Jeff pitches it over this way for Todd Ayers. Todd trying to turn it, gets about 2 maybe to the 48-yard line of Halifax. Not much more going on that one. And it'll bring up a third down.
Third down, 19 yards.
Third and 19. Thanks to Mr. Miller, the mathematician down here. Looks like a third and 19. I agree with that. Justin Adams checking into the ball game as Chip Wetzel will leave right now. Again, it's Wiest, Ayers, and Rickard in the backfield along with quarterback Lentz. Jeff gonna roll right this time. Getting a lot of pursuit. Look out. Still on his feet, but now he goes down as he could not get away from one of the pursuers back there. And timeout's going to be called. Officials timeout. As down on the field again. This time with a leg problem, it would appear. Maybe a Charlie horse is Jeff Lentz, but now he's up. He's going to be okay. He's going to have to leave now, but I think he just might have pulled a Charlie horse or something like that a little bit. He certainly doesn't appear to be
ready to go.
Too hurt. Looks like he might have got one of those front of the foot things, a pull or whatever. So for the first time tonight, back goes Jason Undercuffler to punt. Jason's having a pretty darn good year as a punter, and he'll be standing back at his own 25-yard line. He'll step up to the 28, gives it a punt. Not a bad punt. Going to get on here. It looks like a UDA roll type. It is. Oh, excellent punt all the way down to the 11-yard line. Wow. Super punt that time by Jason Undercuffler.
Kick by Undercuffler.
Just a nice kick, and Jason comes off and gets sent right back on again. But at any rate, the ball spotted down at the 11, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Halifax on their own 11-yard line. We've got 9 minutes and 47 seconds remaining here. 50-yard kick, they say, by Jason, and I believe that. What a nice kick, and it just looked like it would have a UDA roll on the end of it, and it did. Nice tail on the end there for the Trojans. Okay, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 11. Quarterback dropping back to pass. Dumps one over here low. Was it good? No, it was not good.
Pass incomplete.
Covering there was Rich Shadle on the play. Pass intended for their number 12, defended by our number 12, but it was incomplete. Ball thrown just a little bit too low. Stops the clock with 9:26 remaining. And brings up a 2nd and 10 from the 11. Ball practically, well, maybe a ball's length away from the 10, but nevertheless, we'll call it the 11-yard line. And so it's 2nd down and 10 from the 11. Quarterback still has it, pitches it back over on the left side, goes 26, trying to turn it, and he goes out of bounds over there. Looks like he'll be out of bounds at around the 15-yard line, 16, 17. Well, I'm not sure where they're going to spot this. Up about the 18-yard line, so pretty good gain on the play. Picked up 6.
3rd down.
It'll be 3rd down and 4. Oh, once again here now, the Trojans want to dig in here and stop them right here. As Halifax has now moved the ball out to the 17-yard line. And it'll be a 3rd and 4. Trojans would like to get that ball back in real good field position once again. Pitch over to the right side, and right there is Troy Klinger. Man, I'll tell you what a fine defensive play by Troy. You could see that one coming. As the pitch was made over the left side, Troy was there. He could have almost intercepted the lateral, I think. Wow, good job.
4th down, 5.
Klinger making a good stop. Mr. Miller gives Kerry Wiest credit for the play, but I think Troy Klinger was the one that was rushing in there about the same time the ball got back there. At any rate, again, a punt coming up here for Halifax. He'll be punting from his own 5-yard line when he finally gets this. Boy, there's a ball, bounces in there. He got it away nicely, though. Wow, and back here, let's see, where are we at here? Okay, the ball takes a strange hop and actually goes out of bounds in excellent field position for the Trojans at the Halifax 43-yard line.
Ball on the 43-yard
Okay,
line.
1st and 10 UDA on the 43.
1st down, upper dog.
Looks like Richie Shadle will be in there at quarterback now for the Trojans. Let's see, wait a minute. What's the ref calling time for? I don't know if we have something going on over here in the sidelines. Oh, equipment repair maybe to number 37. At any rate, Rich is in there now at the quarterback spot. Dan Scheib, number 65, in there now at a tackle or a guard position. And here's Shadle. He's going to set him up. Rich hands it off, and diving up the middle there for a couple of yards is, let's see who that was. 31, Kerry Weist. Okay, Weist gets a couple, maybe a long two. A long one.
Second down.
It would be 2nd down and 8 now. Second and 8 from the 42-yard line. Here's a handoff to number 20. I think that might be Denny Lenker. Let's see if it was, or was it? Yeah, it was Todd Ayers. I'm sorry. Number 22, Todd Ayers.
Ayers on the carry.
He carries and gets a nice gain that time of about 5.
Pick up a 4. It's third.
It'll be 3rd down and 4. 7 minutes, 33 seconds, and the clock running in UDA's favor tonight, I'm happy to say. And Shadle sets him up here now on a 3rd and 4. Rich, handoff. Here's Ayers, and he dives ahead for the first down to the 31-yard line. Todd Ayers with a Super Bowl game. Picks up the first down for the Trojans.
First down, up and
And that's going to give UDA a 1st and 10 on the Halifax 31-yard line.
29.
Good job that time by Todd. And again, good hole opened up there in that offensive line. Undercuffler in there now for the Trojans. He's in the slot. This time Jason's got it. Going to try to spin around the left side. Picking his way. Got some interference in front of him. Tackled from behind by number 37. But hey, back down to the 26-yard line. A nice run that time by Jason Undercuffler from his slot position, as Shadle handed it off, and he followed the Trojan blocking out in front of him. Gain 6, be 2nd and 4. Nice run that time by Jason. He sets up on a slot on this side this time. Chip Wetzel, split end, out on the far side on the right. Here goes Shadle rolling, getting some pursuit. Now Rich got a hole up the middle, and he dives down to the 22. All right. Nice hole opened up there just momentarily, and Shadle took it.
Carry by Shadle.
Running up the middle, it's going to be close to the first down. Looks like it might be short by, well, they're going to have, no, it's going to be a first down. The referee signals it is a first down. Okay. Wow, that was close, though. Rich picked up about 4 or whatever. But the ball now at the 21-yard line of Halifax. 6 minutes remaining in the football game. Here we go on a 1st and 10 from the 21. Shadle rushes it up the middle, trips and skips ahead to the 16. Rich kind of got tripped up that time as he went through the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, there might have been some more there. Just a little, somebody put a little snag on him. Here comes Undercuffler out as Rickert returns to the lineup. Pick up a 4, it'll be 2nd down and 6. Weist, Rickert, the whole regular backfield in there now that started the game. It's Weist, Rickert, and Ayers. Here's Rickert with it. Gene down to the 5 and inside the 5 to the 4. Good run that time. Gene come in there, said, hey, let me have the ball this time. I think I'll take it down close. And indeed he did. Now he hurt his arm though on that run. Coming back there favoring his right arm, that's for sure. And let's see if Gene's going to be replaced. Nope. Gene must play with broken bones, bruised body, and whatever. He keeps playing. So anyway, it's a first down for the Trojans and goal. 1st and goal now on the 4-yard line. And UDA would love to pump this one in here. Here it is. Handoff to Ayers. Can he get in? He does. Todd Ayers from 4 out. All right, Todd. Todd Ayers with his second or third touchdown tonight, I'm not sure. But at any rate, Todd goes in and makes the score now. UDA 26. And the Wildcats of Halifax 8. Halifax nipped Williams Valley here just a couple of weeks ago. Tied Millersburg, and boy, the Trojan future looking very, very good. Trojans will call timeout now as Coach Haynes says, okay, we got the touchdown down right now. Let's try to see if we can get this extra point. We've gotten one extra point all night, and we're going to try to see if we can get another one here going now. Be right back. That score came with just 4 minutes and 42 seconds remaining, engineered very nicely by Rich Shadle out there and his crew. Jason Undercuffler having a nice run that time. Kerry Wiest, Todd Ayers, of course, Gene Rickert, all the fellas doing one heck of a job. So we got 4:42 remaining in the contest now, 26-8, and UDA going to see if we can get a extra point now. Here comes that attempt. Gonna go for two. Shadle in there sets him up. This time he's got Justin Adams in the slot. Pass over the middle, intercepted, and that ends that. Well, pass intended for, not sure who, maybe the tight end that time, Wrestler, or it could have been Chip Wetzel. I'm not really sure who the pass was supposed to be to, but at any rate, goes as an incompletion. Matter of fact, an interception, but on the extra point, that don't matter. So anyway, the Trojans now lead with a score of 26-8. Tell you, we were told that the offense was revamped for tonight's football game, and indeed, they have really done the job this evening. The defense, too, although Halifax is going to have a heck of a lot of yardage gained on the stats, they've only scored one time, and that came in the first period of play, as I recall. So the defense doing a good job, although at times giving Halifax a lot of big yardage, but still, when it counts, they're there and have stopped the Wildcats pretty much, at least scoring-wise. Here's a bounding punt, or kick, going to be taken way back here at the 20, and oh man, is he stopped. Let's see, who was the man doing that one? Looks like 63, perhaps. I believe it was. I think it's, what's his name here? Number 63, I'll get it here in a minute. Aaron King. Come up and made that stop. Jeff Lentz is back in the game again, by the way, incidentally. Jeff, who had come off with that foot injury that time and had not gone in at his quarterback spot. Relinquished that again to Richie Shadle, but Jeff's back in as a defensive back, so. Here's the quarterback rushing to pass. Fires one over here and short. My gosh. Little screener, a little flare pass out here for number 32, and never got it off, as good rush put on that time by Sport Bingaman and also by number 85 Troy Klinger over there, putting a big rush on the QB and making him throw the ball much before he wanted to. And it'll go as an incompletion, stop the clock, and make it a 2nd and 10 with the ball at the 34-yard line. 4 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the football game. Trojans up 26-8, 18-point margin here for UDA. Pass, looking, firing, over on the other side, complete. At the 48-yard line, Lentz on the stop over there as he drags the ball down here to the 44 of Upper Dauphin, I guess it is. Wait till we see where they spot it. No, they spotted in the 47-yard line, actually, I believe it would be. So it'll be 1st and 10 Halifax now on the UDA 47-yard line. Kerry Wiest checking out of the ball game for UDA right at the moment. Gonna try to run it this way. Quarterback still has it. Hey, he's got a lot of running room down that left side over there, and Troy Klinger finally coming up. No, not Troy Klinger. Brian Bellis coming up and making the stop as quarterback with the keeper, runs it all the way down here to the 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 now at the UDA 26. So once again, the UDA defense bending here, but see if we can prevent a snap here. 1st and 10 on the 26 for Halifax. Quarterback still has it there. He's going to go up the middle again. Now he's met by a couple of Trojans as he steps down to the 24-yard line. Gained a yard or so on the play, and that was it.
A yard, 2nd down.
Ayers and a whole gang of fellas in there for UDA, knocking him down after a gain of 2. So it'll be 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 24-yard line with just 3 minutes remaining right now. 3 minutes. Inside of 3 minutes remaining in the ball game. Trojans going to come up with their biggest victory of the season thus far, but there should be motion or whatever. Here's a little pass dumped over on the far side. It's complete. I don't see a flag down, but I thought I saw the left end of that offensive line moving.
Pass complete.
Well, they left it go. If it did move, they didn't
No
call
flag
it.
on the play.
Yeah, It looks to me like Mr. Miller saw the motion too, because he says no flag on the play. I think everyone was expecting one. I don't know where the flag was, but nevertheless, it's a 3rd and 2 now. The quarterback's got it, keeps it, gets down to the 20-yard line, and big, and I mean big, Brian Mace flops on him right at that spot. Okay, Brian just bounced along that line that time on top of the QB, threw him for a loss of about 2, or at least 1, back to the 20-yard line. And Halifax calls timeout now with a 4th down play coming up here for Halifax. These guys have really done a job tonight, everyone. Wow. Next week, the Trojans travel to East Juniata, and that should be an overmatch the way the Trojans are playing now. EJ reportedly not having too much at all this year. And so the Trojans should travel up there to Mifflintown and have some fun. Trojan series with Halifax now. This is the 27th ball game. The Trojans have won now 24 and have lost 3 in that long string of football games going way back into the 60s. More importantly, the Trojans had lost 2 in a row here to Halifax the last 2 years, and they're going to stop that string now.
About 4.
Here's a 4th down play, and 4, pass into flat over the left side, and coming up to meet him is a couple of Trojans, and they do get him, I think, right before
Pass complete.
he made the 1st down. In fact, he did. Kerry Wiest coming up and making the initial stop, and then Todd Ayers blasting him out of bounds over there. But it's going to be a UDA 1st down, as they did not make the 1st down on that little flare pass out on the left side that time. And so the Trojans will take over. Off comes Todd Ayers, who has played one heck of a ball game, both defensively and offensively. Fine young lad here, and Todd deserves the kudos from his coaching staff and fellow players over there. He played one super ball game. Here goes Rich. He's going to try to rush one over around the right side. They're hanging all over him, and finally he goes down over there after a gain of maybe a yard. That was one tough yard by one tough kid there. Rich Shadle plowing ahead for 1. Comes a couple of young ball players into the ball game now, as out comes number 65. And let's see here now. 2nd down and 9. We've got 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining. Shadle hands it off. Over there goes Justin Adams. Justin bustin' over to the 25-yard line. Nice gain by that young Justin Adams. Nice gain. Picked up about 4 or 5. I guess about 5. Bring up a 3rd down and a long 3. All these fellas now, and you'll forgive me for not knowing some of the, especially the linemen, and I know that's always been the case with me, but at any rate, these guys that are coming off now have done one heck of a job and are getting congratulations from the coaches and friends along the sideline. Here comes a nice run over this way, and diving ahead here to the 30-yard line goes number 26, Jason Undercuffler, and it's a first down for UDA. .63 coming off now. That's at Aaron King. Coming off for the Trojans. Number 70 is our center in there, and I'll try to pick him up here in a second. And we're going to drop to our knee and stop it because we've only got 10 seconds remaining, and the Trojans will pick up their second victory. And boy, what a big one this is, as they really have put it together tonight. The Trojan offense looking really tough tonight, and the final score is 26-8. UDA on top, and boy, a much-deserved win for these Trojans. It took a while for them to put this thing together here, as we've played half the season now. Tonight, our 5th game. Trojans run their record up now to 5, after 5 games rather, to 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. We congratulate Coach Hain and the rest of the Trojan coaching staff on really a fine effort. Boy, these guys have really done a great turnaround here now on the offense, really getting it together. So, good job out there by all these young fellas. And we'll be looking forward with a heck of a lot more enthusiasm to the EJ football game next Friday night at East Juniata when the Trojans travel up the river. So, final score once again here now is UDA 26 and the Wildcats of Halifax 8. Till then, another good ball game. Dale Calnon saying good night and a good ball game. See you later.